All right, we are back with another episode, Two for the Culture.
Yes.
I'm Justin Devante.
I'm Stephen Ray.
Yes, sir, and we are back. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's a good day. Monday, start of the week.
Exactly. No, it's I had a good weekend. What about yourself?
Weekend, yeah. I don't even remember what I did for real. All yesterday. Yeah, it was really just kind of preparing for the interview I had today.
Okay, so I got you. Everything went well.
Yeah, everything went well. Yeah, that was probably one of the most confident interviews I've had in a while. You know, hopefully I get it so I can actually be like, it'll actually coincide with what I just said. Yeah. Because otherwise, so what the people that's interviewing me is like, he fucking sucked.
Yeah. No, but it's in your field.
Right.
There's not too many. I'll be surprised if there'll be fools to go over somebody else when you have the resume you do in terms of the social media world.
Yeah, he definitely asked me. He was like, we get a lot of people, for these interviews, and some of them kind of say the same thing. So what sets you apart? And I was just like, you're not gonna get another one of me.
You said that. Yeah.
I did, and he did not ask me for my Instagram. It kind of scared me.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, you don't even know. It just felt like you wanted to flex, and then they don't even give a fuck about your flex.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, all right.
Yeah. But hopefully they can take their egos aside and be like, all right, no, he actually is a good hire. But I would have just showed him straight up.
I just expected him to, so what is it? But that didn't happen. Either way, it was still a great interview, so I'm really happy about it. I was extremely prepared. Like I over the past week going over stuff to where I printed a bunch of stuff out for like an outline. I didn't even look at it once. So yeah, it went really well. I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad. I always feel good regardless of if I didn't land something or whatever, if I did everything I could.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I always feel good and be like, all right, I did everything I could. They just didn't choose me, and they were foolish on their part because I know what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
And sorry for their loss and kind of move on.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I feel you.
How was your weekend?
I had a pretty good weekend. Yeah. I spent it with the old lady, and we had a good time. Of course, I work over the weekend. I don't think I have any good driving stories this weekend, but I have stories in general. I'm just saying life story, like just driving Uber. I have a million. I want to get to a point to where I at least like tell a story or retell a story from our past. Like maybe ending an episode. It don't gotta be this one because we got actually a lot to get to. But what happened? We first started off. We just went to my barber about 40 minutes away, and she met my barber for the first time, which was cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I've been going to that same barber since college. Yeah. So we've had a relationship since then, and I always went to him. I don't think maybe during the pandemic somebody else cut my hair, but for
Cordero.
The pandemic, so Cordero's in Memphis.
Oh shit, yeah. No, I was thinking. What was I thinking about?
No.
I just had a flashback.
Yeah, but Cordero did cut our hair for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I went to a couple. You met a previous barber that I used to go to, but now he's progressed, got his own shop, and I've been going to him. So she met him, and they was cool. It was cool experience there.
Yeah.
Then we just went to Prince's Hot Chicken. It's a hot chicken spot. It's a OG, the original hot chicken start of the whole hot chicken
in Nashville.
No, just like
in general.
So it was yeah. So Prince's Hot Chicken is the one that started it all, and so now you got places like Dave's Hot Chicken and others places like that. So we went there. It was cool. Just had something real quick. She was in the mood for hot food. So we went there, charged the cars. We went to like TJ Maxx real quick because they have charging stations spread out through the cities, and they typically have it around shopping centers. Like the one I go to, the Kroger one. I also go to the one that's next to the Target.
Yeah, that's
since there's a countrywide boycott of Target.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is. Does dude have a podcast?
Who's that?
The dude who's advocating for the.
I forgot.
Bishop. I feel like I keep seeing him.
He's a bishop or a preacher out of Atlanta. I can't remember exactly his name.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's at least that's the one that is face fronting of the boycott. Nah, I think he initiated, but I don't know that for a fact.
Was it because they were supposed to give funding or something?
It was more of a DEI, and they're doing targeting boycotts. So they're doing, since it's like Lent, which is like fasting, and Ramadan and things like that. They was like, hey, let's do a 40-day fast of Target. Yeah. So, all black people are not supposed to be shopping at Target for 40 days.
Does this include women?
All black people.
I know.
Yeah.
But
all. Yeah, even you.
I don't even go to Target.
No. I'm being funny because you're biracial.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. But,
I didn't know. Like, okay, maybe it didn't land. So let me actually.
You're half white, right?
No.
That's too funny. Inserts picture of my father.
Yeah. So it's about DEI, but the reason why I participate, because not that I'm a firm believer in DEI, and I'll just be more candid. What I actually mean by that is that I don't like grouping black people into a pool and talk about diversity. I want our own thing. So, for example, affirmative action. I'm sure you heard about affirmative action, or even heard the name. Yeah. So, what tends to happen is black people are the face of things that actually we are not even the majority of, if that makes sense.
Right. It's everything.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna break that down because it may not make sense. So affirmative action is more of like you hire. Well, DEI. It's pretty much like you hiring people to include certain groups.
Right.
And so you can actually get them involved in the company to make decisions. So you're including more people in the decision making process.
Yeah.
And affirmative action is similar in that way, but the people who benefit the most off of affirmative action is white women, because they are a minority group, because men are dominant decision makers and through the hiring process. So people don't know that though. So, but nonetheless, if you talk about affirmative action, people would assume black people benefit the most from it.
All right.
So if you're going to give us our own thing, I want our own thing and us be the face of it. I don't want to be a face of something that we don't benefit the most from, or benefit even, semi the most. You know what I mean? I want a complete whole thing. So that's why. But Target actually had a black initiative, and they removed that as well as a DEI policy. If I'm making sense.
Black initiative. What do you mean?
Like so they was like, hey, we're actually going to help make an initiative specifically for black people.
Right.
And with removing DEI, they also removed the initiative as well along with it. So that's why I believe in the Target fast or boycott.
Yeah.
Is because they did do that. So I was like, all right, bet. Now the other people who removed DEI, maybe they didn't have a black initiative. I need to do more information and more research, and I'm not well informed at all. But that one I did look into. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm with this for sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, I knew that something was removed. So that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, because they talk about anything they talk and they want to put us a face in front of. We just it's also including other groups of people, and I'm like, how about we all get our separate own thing? So now they say black and brown, so they're saying black people and Mexican people or Hispanic. I'm like, okay, we all have different goals. Yeah. A black need is not a Mexican need. We have different needs. Yeah. So why are you grouping us in the same lump? Like even DEI is like, all right, LGBTQ is in DEI. That's separate. It may encompass some of us, but that's separate from a black initiative. You know what I mean? So, and that's kind of where I land in it.
Yeah.
But back to my weekend.
So we went to Target.
Yeah, no, I was talking about charging stations, and I was So we charged the car. I was just bringing it all around because I was just going all over the place. So it's talking about charging stations, and so charged the car, went to shop a little bit, and then we went to change to get. I'm missing. Oh yeah, I'm lying. I'm missing a part. We also went to this place called the Alice, I believe. And that was super dope. If you walk into the Alice, it's in Germantown. It's like a bunch of candles there, but also off in the section you can either make candles or you can also make cologne / perfume. So we all so my girlfriend set up the appointment. I believe she paid for it. It was like $65 per person and extra $10 for whatever fee. And so we got like maybe around 15 smells. So it's like essential oils. So one of them is going to be lavender. One of them's it's 15 smells of different. So lavender's one, black sea moss is one, and ginger, just different essential oils. So you smell it, you get it like a table. You dip the little paper tab in the oil. You smell it. If you like it, you put it on this left side. Or this right side, this left side that you like, and then if you don't like it, you put it on the don't side. Okay. So now you're kind of narrowing the flavors. So you can either put one complete flavor in a bottle, or you can put 2 flavors in a bottle.
Can you put more than 2?
No.
Okay. So they're like, y'all ain't gonna fuck this up.
Exactly. Yeah. I think you may be doing too much if you put 3 in that hoe. Yeah.
And with the perfume versus cologne, are there any of those selections that are the same on both sides?
So yeah, I'm just saying perfume and cologne just to say it's boy and girl, really. Right. Yeah. We both get the same essential oils.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, but some are more like birthday cake. Like that's not essential oil, but that's what it reminds you of when you smell it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that obviously wouldn't be for a man. Like rose petals was one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you smelled it. It smelled good, but it's like I'm not gonna wear that. And maybe you can find a blend that's masculine with it. But so I narrowed down my 2. It was like I'm butchering this. It's like botanic ginger and black moss. Black coral moss was one of the 2 that I put in my cologne. And then you pour the rest of it with alcohol. But you put it, so I narrowed it down. I had several that I liked, and then I put 2 of the tabs together and smelled them together. I was like, all right, this smells good.
Okay.
And then, so she made something else. I think we had one of the same, and she had her own cologne.
And that was a big bottle.
Yeah. So you also paid so mine, I paid $30 extra per ounce or so. So like so you can buy the 1 ounce, which is free with the thing. Well, you pay for the experience, so it's not free, but you don't have to. It's not an upcharge. Or you can buy mine, which I really like, for $30 extra. And I was like, well, I might as well get the big bottle because it's gonna last me long. And that scent lasts a very long time.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Like I can still smell it in my clothes. Yeah, which is great, because that cologne bottle in there that I have, I spray it, it's not gonna last long at all. But that one, you may be able to wash your shit and still smell it.
Damn.
Yeah.
So and what are you comparing it to?
What do you mean?
The other cologne that you have, is it like some like fancy cologne?
The one that I made, or
the
one
others?
Like
the other
like
one.
It's like Givenchy, like, or the Savage Dior type shit.
Oh no, I was asking like, what was it?
Just what did I name it, or what do you mean?
Not yours. I'm saying the other one you were comparing it to, the normal one that goes away fast.
So what's your question again? I'm sorry.
So there's 2. There's 2.
I understand.
Cologne. Yeah. This is yours.
Yeah.
This is the other one. What is this called?
Some shit I bought at Marshall's.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sure it has a French name to it. Yeah.
Okay.
But you can call it John for all I know. You know.
Jean.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking like like, damn, I don't know if the cologne that I used to get would actually be there for like a very, very long time.
Oh, I've had good colognes. Yeah. And some will last a minute, but I feel like that scent has lasted very, very strongly. I think I could put it up with the best, and it'll match it.
So sure. you're gonna be wearing this for a while.
Yeah, I like it, and then so I can also they also put a card in there, and you can go back and they'll show you the two that you put, and you can it's like $10 off to
do it again,
or no, just to you don't have to go through the whole experience for them to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's pretty quick. Like comes back and
I haven't did it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But it doesn't take once you choose your two, you put two of them in the bottle. You do it's like a chemistry set. Put two of them in the measure in the liter. Pour the rest of it with alcohol, and you stir it for a minute. And then you pour it in the whole thing. So it's not like very long to take your cologne. You could do it within a couple minutes.
Okay,
for real. Yeah. But it's the experience. Because they give you they start you off with like a little bite-sized thing. Like I forgot what you call them, but it was pretty cool. And they talk to you about how the name came about, where it's also called like Golden Slipper or something like that, where that comes about. And you take your time through the whole process. So, but dude was really cool, and I was actually very shocked at the experience because I was like, I think I'm gonna have an okay time. Yeah, but it was a great experience. I would extremely recommend it for anybody, and that's a lot coming from me.
And it was mostly, was it like a lot of couples there?
No. We got lucky because my girlfriend actually booked it on the wrong day. She booked it for March 18th, and usually there's like 6 people there. Is what they say. But there was nobody there.
Oh, okay. So it was just y'all.
So we was able to rebook it and do the experience for just us two.
Okay.
Yeah, now those people that came in the shop now, but they wasn't with us. Yeah. They was looking at candles, because the shop, the front facing is all candles. You wouldn't be able to really tell this cologne if they didn't tell you.
Oh, right. Yeah, you showed me a photo of it, and I didn't see like where you would be at or like.
Yeah. So then from there we left. We went to this place called Mother's Room, which I frequent fairly often because it's not far from here. And they're really cool. They're a type of place that, if you frequent there or if you're cool, they'll give you free drinks.
Really?
Yeah. So they gave me a free shot, but I still tipped them well. So I only paid for my espresso martini. Okay. But I still gave him like $40.
Okay.
Yeah, and he kept the total.
What's all in the espresso martini?
It's like a coffee liquor. I couldn't even tell you. It's however you want to make it, really. Yeah.
I think I had that one time.
It's cool. It's just like a coffee liqueur. Yeah. And then that's when we charged the car after that, and then we went to changed and went to the place called Church and Union. I like the ambiance there. It was very busy. I got the lamb burger and fries. I really enjoyed mine. I would go back for that. They also had this shrimp with like this type of Creole sauce. It's not Creole sauce, but I'm just saying it from the look of it. And there's under like a brioche bread. I'm saying that wrong. Brioche, thank you. And I'm saying yeah. And I think I'm even saying that it maybe not even been a brioche bread, but
I don't know if I'm saying it
right. Yeah, but that sounds right. Yeah. We can tell where we come from. Yeah. But yeah. So, but that was hitting like it was a shrimp on top of a bread with the sauce. Anyway, and then you cut it. It's like it really, like I could just eat the bread with the sauce for real. Yes. Yeah. And that was fire.
Usually those are the best burgers for real.
Yeah, but the reason I'm not purchase a steak at a restaurant person. I think that the steaks at restaurants, maybe if it's a steakhouse it may be different, but steaks at restaurants is like you just getting salt and pepper and butter on a steak and whatever the side is. It's nothing. It's like, why would I pay for this when I can do it at home and it's so ridiculously easy? Yeah. So it was just really like salt and pepper on a steak, and it was just $60. I mean, it was $60. Like, why would I buy this again? So I was mad. I was glad that I didn't get that, but it just wasn't enjoyable on my girlfriend's side, and I was like, yeah, I don't. If you're not a steak restaurant, I'm really not going there. And I don't even like to buy high steaks like that.
Yeah.
So
have you ever had Wagyu?
Yeah, they had that on the menu, but I think that sounds overhyped to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten steak in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I haven't had it in a long time, but I get what you're saying too.
If you get your steak,
like variety.
If you like steak, I like the thing about it. My girlfriend's not like adventurous. Like she likes to get what she likes, type of thing. And I saw stuff that if she would have got the lamb burger, I would have got something different, and it would have been something I probably haven't had before. Like I would want to try to recreate it at home, type of experience. Yeah. So that's kind of where I land with stuff like that.
I don't be doing well doing that.
Yeah, but it's all about trying. I'm the same way. I used to get like chicken tenders and fries everywhere I went.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying actually stepping out every time. Usually, maybe not in the past couple of years, but I had a run of anytime I stepped outside of what I usually get, I would be mad. Every time, I'm just like, bro, it doesn't even taste well. I'm not gonna get this shit again. I just spent my money on this. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at McDonald's before we get home. Yeah,
and it may very well be that, but I tried something. Yeah, it wasn't for me, and I spent for the experience. And I know not to get it again. Yeah. That's a better way also, of looking at it. But also I look at it, and I think I'm coaching her to get a little bit better on it. But she doesn't like to share, like not in a bad way. And I'm saying it.
Oh, so you eat off her plate?
I like to trade items. Like I don't want us to get lamb chops together.
Oh, facts.
Yeah. I don't like getting the same menu item.
I don't like that either.
My date or my girlfriend. Like I've never liked that ever. Yeah. So if you got something I wanted, I'm like, damn, I wanted that. But I gotta get something separate because now I at least want to try it and see if I like it, and you try mine and see if you like yours. So we can make this our place. Oh, yeah. And so I would at least want to experience, like, all right, let me try to put that a little bit on my plate, and I put a little bit on yours and see how you like it.
All right.
I enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, I definitely don't. It's awkward. It's awkward when.
And I don't even break it down to dating. I would do that with a friend. You're like, all right, bro.
Yeah, we got the same fucking thing.
No, I'm just saying in trying something different. Yeah, like, all right, let me get that piece of wing, and I'll trade you a piece of something else. Right. Yeah, or whatever.
I can see that. Yeah. Especially if I'm eating like right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, try this and I try yours, and like, bro, your shit is banging more than mine, or vice versa. Like, damn, I'm glad I didn't get that, or damn, I should have got that. Yeah. So, but overall, I think the experience. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10, but it was a high, like, overall day experience. I would say 8.2.
Huh?
8.2 out of 10.
I thought you said a 0.2. I was like, damn.
Yeah. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. There's going to be better days, I'm sure. But the steak at hers kind of brought it down a little bit for me. But we definitely
did you try her steak?
Yeah, it was trash.
Oh,
and the mashed potatoes was trash.
How can mashed potatoes be trash?
It was just wasn't seasoned, wasn't salt on that hoe. It was just mashed potatoes, literally.
She didn't spice it up.
No, they didn't even have salt and pepper on the table.
What?
There's like, this ain't Denny's, bro.
It's a regular restaurant.
No, it was fairly. It was slightly above average. It's downtown Nashville.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, so my meal was 100, and it was like a little over, close to 200.
Usually, maybe. Like the only thing that changes is the containers.
I said a little over, a little under. It was like, all together with tip was like 180.
Yeah. Okay. I would have just definitely assumed that there was salt and pepper there. Maybe not.
No, it should have been salt and pepper there, because I was thinking like, at this point we had a good day. I was like, hey, you want a hot dog or something on the street? You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, no, I'm cool. Damn. Yeah, I would definitely get a hot dog or something if I was her.
I haven't experienced the food trucks out here. I haven't really done a lot of food trucking.
Well, there's a bunch of them, so. Yeah.
So you got a favorite one?
A food truck? I'm a gyro guy, so I'm gonna get a gyro.
Okay.
So there is one place I go for drive, but they don't. It's not like they make it better than the restaurant I go to. Mm-hmm. But if it's late night, I'll go there. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. So let's see what we got. We'll see what we got here today. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you saw over the internet the whole thing that Stephen A. Smith.
Oh yeah.
Was
getting berated by LeBron James.
Yeah, I mean, how long was he standing there though? It seemed like it was like 5 seconds.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Let me put it in another way. You're from Memphis,
right?
Haven't you heard the term? You try to go 10 seconds. Mm-hmm.
I've witnessed it.
I'm just heard. You heard the term,
yes,
right?
Of course.
Yeah.
10 seconds is a while.
Exactly. Exactly.
I did not think about it like that.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So you don't need much. Yeah. You don't need a whole conversation that needs to be had. Definitely if you try to check somebody for what they saying.
Yeah.
Like,
keep my son's name.
Yeah, exactly. That didn't take long. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what happened.
What all did he say about his son?
He was just giving the stats and telling he wasn't playing well.
That's it?
Or it wasn't like he was like going in like his son ain't shit. He don't deserve to be in the NBA. He's like, he's doing well in G League, and his performance is lackluster. And, but it's true. He did it respectfully, for real. But he had to. It's not. He's an NBA player, so you can't. And he's a draw, so you can't evaluate his performance.
So LeBron just tried to bully him out of his opinion.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I don't know LeBron and Stephen A's relationship, but it doesn't sound like a good one. Yeah. So LeBron may feel like you attacking my son because of who I am. Yeah. So he may have a lot of opinions, but he was just telling the stats and how he didn't do well. He didn't make any points in the 15 minutes that he played in the game or whatever. And from what I understand, Stephen A was getting checked from others, like, hey, how are you not talking about his son? Everybody's clearly avoiding discussing his play. Yeah.
So he just kind of stepped up and just did his job, basically.
Right. But I will defend LeBron James is you're also not discussing a lot of people's play who doesn't get a lot of minutes either. It's not like you want to discuss everybody who gets 20 minutes or under's performance. You're really not going to do that. You're really going to kind of delegate it to stars or people who right. But at the same time, he is a part of the LA franchise, and if you're not playing well, you're not playing well. But I think that LeBron
is a big franchise. That is a big franchise.
But I think that everybody clapped for him when they allowed LeBron James and Bronny James to play together on their debut. Nobody was like, bruh, he didn't deserve it, even though he didn't. The only time I was really critical about Bronny James is that if we're being real, he didn't deserve to be drafted. His stats didn't deserve that.
For real?
For real. Absolutely not. And you are taking up a spot to a person in need who actually deserves it. Like you're a millionaire, Brian. He's legitimately a millionaire. He could have stayed in college and got better, but you're actually taking up a roster spot for somebody who actually can need it.
How long was he in college?
1 year. Yeah, exactly. So and even being drafted, that could have been somebody who could have worked for that position. Somebody who was clearly going to be less fortunate than yourself. And then I also look at it as that basketball is no longer one of those to where you can, you grew up at the local park. Now it's really a rich person's game. Cause
it's like whoever.
It's like it's like you got a bunch of AAU games. You train. You got to have a trainer now. The travel is expensive. All this stuff is expensive to be great at this point to be a basketball player. What a lot of kids don't have. So it's gonna require a lot of talent at this point for you to come out of like a poor situation. Not like football. Yeah, because there's so much expenses around being great that just the average
that can mold you into that person.
Just that like usually, poor people, people come from the gutter, and hoop,
they jump,
and they exactly. But now it's really not that. You go to parks, there's not a lot of people at parks now. They're really at training facilities. They're on AAU teams. They put 3 to 5 hours a day with the trainer. It's absolutely insane the work they have to put in.
I don't think I'm in that space to even see that anymore.
Yeah,
being in high school, you kind of around. Well, I was kind of around a lot of community centers and stuff, so I could actually see the people. But I think basketball in general. Then again, I'm older, so it might be two things at the same time. But it does feel like basketball feels a little different nowadays, because when I was about to say when I was growing up, that feels kind of weird to say. But like growing up, I would see, and one would be a thing. It would be a thing to know how to like ball, like the handles and the dunks and all that shit. Like I said, and one was huge, and then a lot of those people were just so goddamn good that they made it into the NBA. And it kind of, I guess that goes along with what you were saying about the difference in resources a person has, which can make a monster like on the court. I do feel that's a little different. I don't really see a lot of that now. But yeah, now on my phone, if I do see a basketball video, it is usually in a gym with probably people on a team. Yeah. Versus like the guy at the court, how it used to be. And that used to be all the time.
Yeah, and now you see like Trae Young, how he meets, like you'll see him when they're babies and how they meet their favorite NBA player and now they're playing against them. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't do that because you're an underprivileged kid. You do that because you got money and wealth and you can have the access to these guys. Yeah. So, and there's a lot of brothers, older brothers, and then younger brother comes up. Yeah. Now it's huge on. You see a lot of like Kenyon Martin Jr. or there's somebody's junior or somebody's son, or they're coming internationally. Yeah. So it's very rare that the underdog kid from the hood that that doesn't have nothing, that their mom's lights just got cut off and they playing to support their family. No, that's their family pretty much got it at this point. And I'm not saying that's every case, but that's majority of the cases now.
Do you see that coming into the drafts do you follow college basketball?
Not enough. It's funny enough, SEC tournament starts this week, and that's gonna be here in Nashville.
Oh,
yeah.
So March Madness will be
it's because it's March. So you have the SEC or the divisional tournaments happening all around the country.
Yeah,
but the SEC tournament specifically happens here in Nashville. Then after that, then you have the NCAA tournament, which is the ranked ones. Go and play each other. But this is just the division. But SEC is the best basketball teams are part of the SEC teams.
So it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be real lit.
I gotta go.
Yeah. But also, if you get a ticket, if you spend a day there, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 games happening. Like one, it'll be like I'm just naming a team like Auburn and University of Tennessee. Vanderbilt's good this year. University of Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn.
When does it start?
Wednesday.
Damn.
Kentucky, Missouri, bruh. There's so many good teams. They're all ranked. Well, maybe not Vanderbilt, but what?
How long does it go for?
Till Saturday, or maybe Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be lit. It'll be crazy.
That's crazy.
But you can just watch. You can watch them on TV too. But yeah, so it'll be good. But back to Bronny James and LeBron James. Yes, or in Stephen A. Smith. As a dad, you may feel a way. You check him. I feel like Bronny James is his own man, but he's also like 19 years old. So it's not like he gonna check Stephen A. for you gonna check him for playing bad. It's his performance. So I'm just kind of in the middle of it. As like, I would, if I was LeBron James, I would have a conversation with Stephen A. I wouldn't just check him for it, because that's not how you handle situation. Definitely if he didn't like cuss your son out.
Yeah. It looks more like he probably thought about it, of course, but you know those situations where you don't really know how you act till you right there and then you see the person.
Yeah, facts.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Because it doesn't really make sense for real.
Yeah. But you could have always reached out to him beforehand.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like he probably thought about. He clearly had to thought about that already.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. But then when he seen him, he just probably was like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. And he just did all that. So that's probably what happened too.
Yeah.
I can see that. So what's next?
You tell me.
I see something about a NYPD officer.
Oh, did you see that?
Was it a woman?
Yes.
Was it like a strip club?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So she was. First of all, she makes over 100,000 a year as a police officer. Okay. So I don't care how expensive a city is. 100,000 a year is still 100,000.
Yeah.
So you ain't just living on potato chips.
Oh no. Definitely.
That's
the
a
ones
very
from
livable wage, and you've been on the force for 7 years.
Right.
So
700,000.
Yeah. So to make, one, I want to be clear. That's not right. If you're a police, let's
just explain it for a second.
Exactly. Okay. So, NY police officer was in a music video, talking about. Or the rapper, I forgot the rapper's name, but she was on a stripper pole dancing for a music video, and she was pretty much the only person there.
Yeah, she was.
So she was highlighted throughout the music video. I don't know how much she paid her, but you know that you are also a representation in and outside the uniform.
I mean, she got. You know, it's to serve and protect. So she's got the serving part, right?
Yeah. And that's just, that's just not what.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like, I mean, that says a lot about the uniform and the area. It just doesn't feel quality to me. That don't even feel like you can protect me for real if you're doing that. Yeah. Police. So if you saw your security guard supposed to secure you twerking on the gram and killing that shit.
Yeah.
Boy or girl. Would you feel like a lack of protection? So let's take a muscular man and he was popping it on a Lotto video, and that was supposed to be that
boy twerking a Lil Nas X video.
Yeah, exactly. How would you feel? Honestly,
I'm trying to think. Like, okay, all right, boom, a situation happened. Ain't that dude from Glock, and then this guy is supposed to protect me. I feel like he still could protect me.
I'm sure he could.
Yeah,
but would it not be weird
after?
No, I'm saying you see this now because she's still a police officer,
right?
So she's supposed to be protecting you. I'm just putting it in a different perspective. So you're like, bro, you the guy off the Nas X video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't think a lot of it is lost in the moments, because I feel like you have to be a certain type of person to even have that on anyway.
No, I'm saying he you know how they do the splits and bounce.
You talking about the D-Wade son joint?
No, I'm just saying, you know how they do the splits and they do the splits and slide in it and start bouncing. On the split.
He did that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the full joint.
I would. In the back of my head, I would hope that this man has, at least evened his skills out.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, there's a representation that comes with what you do.
No, yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah, and I'm saying she's wrong for that. I'm not saying she deserves to be fired. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, hey, don't do that shit.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah. Don't do that shit. Yeah, it's like, hey, we don't have a procedure around this.
Right.
So we about to write one though.
Yeah, oh God.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I feel like they're cool with people freelancing and stuff on the side.
Yeah. You could protect other people. But don't get me wrong, she's super bad.
Yeah, her body was very crazy.
Yeah.
It was very crazy.
Yeah. There's other opportunities out her that she can pursue.
I feel like women like that are just like glorified in a police uniform.
But it's not like she can make more money. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, I'm beautiful.
She's making more money.
No, I'm just saying, as a police officer, she can't leverage that into a bigger, quote unquote, deal. You know what I mean?
I mean, contract. If she goes John Wick, I feel like that'll be the best thing that happens. Let's say tomorrow, it's the biggest heist of the century, and she just like John Wick's everybody.
I'm just saying, her salary is her salary. You get your
salary going up.
It's not like, hey, I'm taking this. I got famous now, so y'all need to pay me more. No,
that's not what I'm saying.
We can replace you. We don't need you. We can replace you with somebody else that can protect and serve, and I'm sure probably better.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, if she goes, Bad Boys 5 on them, I think she might.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
They're just like shooting people. Shooting people, not just shooting random people, but I'm saying like in a situation where shit just goes bad and we need a savior, and she actually does some savior.
You don't
shit.
get a pay increase off of that anyway.
Really?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm saying,
why would you?
I would just assume if somebody is looking like it's like Bad Boys or Jackie Chan off Rush Hour, you ain't gonna get.
You may get promoted to something else.
All right, more money.
Yeah, nah, bruh. And who would say she got that capability?
I was saying if she did. I said that is her only chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Of turning this whole thing around.
Yeah,
as if tomorrow it's the biggest heist, and she just goes in on everybody. I believe in her.
Yeah. Do you?
We be texting every now and then.
I don't know how you. Who knows where her skills are in the force? And maybe she does well and actually does her job to. I mean, she's been doing the job for 7 years, so she has to be doing it to to a certain degree, I would assume.
Right.
But I think that's degrading the quality of the force, because I'm feeling like if you twerking it up half naked, it just shows something about your squad. You know what I mean? Like, y'all just hiring anybody now?
You think so?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I guess from an outside perspective, sure. I was more focused, I guess, on her, but yeah, I can see what you're saying on the outside perspective of the whole force.
Yeah. I mean,
because then now they're looking at the force. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all firing her, right? They're probably like pushing on that shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, what are we doing? Like, we have a job to actually protect people, and that's not the vibe you're getting when half a situation from making an OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's like, this doesn't look great to what we do, and for the community. Well, the community is whatever, but I'm not feeling like, hey, she gonna protect me.
Yeah.
If something goes down.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they still trained, but I do get what you're saying about the quality or the perception of what we all envision a police officer
but
sort of to be.
Yeah, and that stuff like that. There's just recently a lady who was a realtor, and she got fired from her job from talking about how she wrote down on like the receipt or whatever, when it goes a tip, so you get no tip, and I hope Trump deports you.
She should be fired.
Right, but I'm just saying, she's a representation of her company, inside and outside as well.
Yeah.
So what you do and say is a representation of your company.
Oh, I'm thinking somebody bought the house and she ain't fuck with her.
Oh no, she was at a restaurant.
Right.
And on the tip section, she said, "You get 0 tip. It was bad service, and I hope Trump deports you."
Oh my God.
Yeah, which is terrible. Person. And I would want that my company, her representing my company. I'm like, all right, this is your core values. This is where you at with it? Hell nah. Yeah. You gotta go somewhere else with it. You're not needed. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's not the same, but it is similar in the fact that I'm just the point is that she's a representation inside the uniform and outside the uniform as well, and that's just not proper representation of that at all.
That's I understand. So
because it feels like one step from prostitution for real. You throwing money at her, and she's stripping and shaking on the pole.
Yeah, there's different. Yeah, there's multiple ways of looking at that situation. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But speaking of representation, how you feel about the representation of DDG right now?
So he made a song about how he's unable to see his son.
I didn't hear the song.
Me neither.
He's going pretty hard with that right now.
I understand it. Oh well, I'm not a public figure, so right. I understand what it seems like he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And how I look at it is, if you're not letting me see my son privately, then your public representation matters. So now everybody's going to see this in order for me to see my son. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's going to be looking at you funny, and then it's going to force you to make a better decision.
Right.
So I understand that. Now I want your point before I say any further.
One, I always lead with I never know these people. Mm-hmm. So I never know the full story of everything. I say it to say I saw a clip, and this is just what makes me say this. It was a clip from a while ago, and it was DDG, and he said, "Man, I appreciate y'all for going crazy, seeing how Halo was." And I'm gonna be real respectful because I don't like talking about people, kids, and stuff like that. But yeah, he said his son, he saw him walking through social media, and then he said also in that clip, that his girl had sent him the video before everybody saw it. So, and then it fast forwarded until like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and then he was like, his first time seeing his son walking was on the social media. So it was like 2 different stories. So, and I don't know if that's just like out of emotion, like you forget some certain things, but that just kind of like puts me in a sense of, one, I don't know everything, and 2, that is hard, and I do feel like women do that sometimes. I'm not saying nothing about Hallie. Again, I don't know them, but I'm just saying I have heard that as a man from other men, and people hitting me up, my own cousins. As soon as I had a daughter, my cousins was hitting me up, like trying to warn me of the certain things that can happen and stuff like that. And that falls into one of them, of like a woman kind of switching up on you kind of whenever she wants to, and using the baby and her saying that she's the primary carer of the child to really just do whatever she wants for real. So that is a reality for a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel you, and there's nothing I disagree with what you said. The whole encompassing thing that comes to mind was is that we don't have enough conversations about this situation. Like, all right, they was in a long-term relationship with each other. Their parents should have set them, somebody should have guided them into saying, hey, at some point y'all need to talk about kids and what y'all's core value is. Like, one, y'all shouldn't be having unprotected sex if y'all not ready for this to happen. So that conversation needs to be happening for every child. Yeah, so because otherwise, y'all gonna have different values on how y'all feel like y'all child needs to be raised. So she may feel like, I'm guessing, I don't know, and I could be completely wrong, but DDG may not be a good father in her eyes, and she wants to keep her away from him. Or halo away from him. But you also sit down and had that child, so y'all need to come with some type of way y'all need to handle custody of that child. But the whole point is you really should be married and have kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and some people do not look at it that way or think about it. They, and planning is just not a people's lives at this point either. Yeah. So there's a long list of guidance that we're not receiving as a whole, as in the country, because our divorce rates are high. We're having kids out of wedlock, and I mean, I
don't feel like people are strong like that for real, like to last. I thought about that as well, and it kind of ties into this. Again, there are multiple ways of looking at every single situation, but I don't feel like long-lasting love is like a trend. I feel like having a girlfriend or a boyfriend is, or like, when I'm the options is a trend. Versus like, this is my person type thing. So what I mean by that is, when you choose somebody, I heard this one day. It's from this woman named Dr. Bryant, and she said, some people they choose marriage, some people they choose their partner. You could choose marriage, and you can have marriage with anybody. You can switch her up, boom, next person, to where we have kids without like that core family base. Because I feel like that's more of a trend versus like, I choose you, and that comes with all sides of you. And I wish like that was a trend. Like no matter what. Whatever, and that's a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? People have boundaries. I do think that should be a thing. But I just wish that was more of a trend. Like, men be tripping. I be tripping sometimes. But I do know that when I get with a woman, it don't matter how perfect she looks, is, whatever, in front of me, it's going to be some shit behind that. So, and it's going to be some shit behind me, whether I think however I am or not. So yeah, that's just something that I do wish like was more of a trend versus kind of what I'm seeing. That's not the first time we heard this. I see that all the time. It's a lot of that going on in the industry, in the rap game. I don't want to just name a bunch of women who ain't got dudes, but it's a lot of them. It's a lot of, and then usually it's boom, they get pregnant. Oh, they're happy, they break up, and I have a list in my head right now. Right. Yeah, that's still going. So bro, I wish there wasn't like a trend. It seems like that's a trend though.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting. Like, I'm not a woman, but I can't speak for women, and maybe that's where we probably need to have a guest in so I don't feel like I'm talking out of bounds. But
yeah, for sure,
it just feels like a lot of women aren't team players. Yeah. Like, this doesn't seem like, regardless if you feel like you can handle, more or what's good for your child, it just reminds me of like, hey, like, I'm gonna use a basketball reference, like a ball hog. Like, some people are ball hogs because they feel like they're the best player and they need to keep it in their hands in order to win the game.
Right.
Yeah. But some, it's like, bro, you need to pass the ball because it's a team, and you need to get that person more involved because it's going to help better the team, regardless if you feel like you're the best or not, because you cannot do this yourself.
Right.
Your son needs your father. So you need a better way of communicating, which is women think they're way better communicate, and this is just out of experience. I know my mom is a good communicator. I'll give her that. Mm-hmm. And I know others that get good communicators, but a lot of women are very poor communicators. They just do the thing, and they can't. Yeah, and they aren't able to have a true discussion of what the actual issue relies. Mm-hmm. And then when we do have a discussion, it's like a man sometimes can't be honest in how they feel. Absolutely. Because you're going to go off the handle. Yep. So I have to give you the bare minimum, or say less or nothing at all. Yes. Yeah. This describes a bunch of my past relationships. Yeah, and it's not. And man, we're not perfect. Absolutely. We do handle things wrong. But I feel like it's like I just want to, and I said this recently, I just want to be in a place to where I can freely critique how I feel, and you can take that and receive it. Of course, it's never going to feel good. It's not. Yeah. Nobody's going to be like, "Hey, you failed right here," and like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, it's going to suck, but it's for better for us. It's for the team,
right? Absolutely,
because you don't mind doing it to me at all. Let's be clear. You don't mind. You're not really biting your tongue. Yeah. And I just say, for me, and I was like, I can accept anything. It's just how you receive it to me.
I'm the opposite. I think it's how you say it.
I mean, that's what I meant. What I meant. Hey, it's just how you say it. If you coming at me, or like swinging and punching, I'm going to, I'm going to defend myself. Yeah, that's but if you're leading with love, then we could talk about it. All right, tell me why I failed at that moment.
That's so, bro. It's so easy, bro.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like, I felt like I only had that a couple of times where someone was like, "Hey, look," and then it's almost like time slows down. It's like, "Hey, you could just tell when it's like wrapped in love." Yeah, it's a total different feeling. It almost just makes you just like shut up. It's like, oh shit, did I fuck up? What's going on? Yeah, it's a total different response for me. And I definitely try to do that, like in relationships, kind of like talk to them that way as well. So better communication is definitely a thing that needs to be done.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use an example. It'll be different if your girl is like, that comment hurt my feelings, and I don't know if I can be next to you right now.
That would hurt my feelings.
Yeah, if you saying that, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to do better. Yeah. Versus like, why the F you say that? Are you stupid?
Nigga, what you say yesterday?
Yeah. You think you funny, don't it? You ain't funny. Yeah. So now I'm breeding resentment versus actually want to make the change.
Right.
Yeah. So but those two things somewhat mean the same because they both hurt at the comment
from the same
but
place.
Now, but now I receive it way differently. Now it's going to make me change my actions. I don't want to do that again. Versus now I feel like I need to fight back. Yeah. Now I need to really defend myself.
That is an amazing point.
Like it comes from different to where it's like, one thing is like, dang, I was out of line versus you can't even take a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep. I've been through multiple.
It's like have better form of communicating and be communication, and that's where it lands. That's clearly kind of what it is. If you feel like DDG is failing, and you don't want him to be around your son, I don't know what the issue is. It could be it couldn't be that at all. Mm-hmm. It could be she could be actually just don't like him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But regardless, he needs to see his son, and he's communicated that in his record. Yeah. So, but if you feel like he's failing, hey, this is the things I need you to prove on, because I don't think my son is secure. And you need to be in the right, whatever the thing is. I don't want to just start making stuff and putting it out there, but yeah. So I think this is just I wanted to bring it up because it's a larger conversation. It's just like, hey, this is something y'all need to talk about while the baby's in the womb. What type of parent you'll be? Because for me, I'm a disciplinarian. I don't want to seem like I'm a drill sergeant, but if you ain't doing right, I ain't gonna reward you. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't give you a cookie when you just cussed out your teacher at school.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. That you're going to be on punishment until your behavior is corrected.
Right.
Not when you've been good for a couple of days. No, I need to see actual correction. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is going to be over time, and I was like, all right, I can see the change in you. But if you do good for a week and then you do the same thing, I'm like, all right, bro, we extending this. Yeah. No, we're actually going to do community service. You going to a local park and you picking up trash, bro.
Yeah. No, my mom threatened boot camp hella times.
Yeah. I didn't need all that, but there's times
she was not. I turned 16. She bought a bat. She's like, I'm not fucking playing with you.
Yeah. But I don't see you being a bad kid when you're 16.
Maybe she did right.
Yeah.
Maybe she stopped that shit in the beginning. From my experience.
Yeah.
You see where you gonna go? And it's on the TV. This nigga, yes sir. I'm 3 years old watching this shit.
Yeah.
No, I definitely get that. I definitely get sure. That is a very much so in long term relationships and having that conversation. I also feel like these people are young too, though.
I mean, absolutely.
So I don't see. I see that happening for people in their 30s. Yeah, I don't see too much of that of people 25 below.
And that's why I'm talking about guidance.
Uh-huh.
Why is nobody's parents stepping in like, bruh, you wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Take that child to that boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. There's nobody stepping in that you listen to.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully there is, but
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm sure it's. I mean, it's growing now. You know, it's a conversation between the two families for sure right now.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you just gotta have guidance, and I'm assuming that Haley Bailey was raised right.
Yeah,
because both of her and her sister are successful, so they're raised right to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nobody's parent was like, bruh, I understand. You need to talk to him and let him know, or whatever.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure there's got to be a lot of that shit going on. I could even imagine. Like that type of that big of a stage.
Yeah. I mean, of course, raising a child is going to be difficult, even when you're married. You're going to have different values on how you believe. Hopefully, you can try to get a lot of that, but you're never going to be truly ready. But as long as you know it's a team effort, you can go in that. Of course, it's not going to be, glitz and glamour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be times like this, but it's just an overall conversation that, like, hey, I'm seeing this time and time again. And these are lasting stains. They harbor resentment.
Mm-hmm.
That the child doesn't get what he or she needs.
Yeah.
And this is where childhood trauma. This is why kids now depressed therapy, long lasting to the rest of their lives, and don't know what to do. It's just so much that this could be a whole podcast and stuff talking about it. But I know we got more to discuss. Because we had that.
Well, what happened? Tory Lanez dropped.
Oh, okay. I didn't listen to the album.
I haven't fully listened to it either.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, he does a lot of it's not starting to, but it brewed years ago with the half and half songs. Like the first half is like
rapping and him singing,
and then it's singing and shit.
Yeah.
But I will say, with his rapping, I like his singing more than his rapping. But the beats on the rapping joints is way too hard. And the quality on the album, I will say, does not sound like this man is on the jail phone.
Yeah, and that's how it's been sounding, because he put out a lot of records since then. I heard some of those, and the engineering. He even said a long time ago he broke the code on how to do it. Yeah,
hey,
like him and his engineer, they broke the code.
The one thing I can say about him is that nobody can question this man. Like, I feel like at this point, in terms of his work ethic and his drive, there's nobody that can question this man's work ethic.
At this point, that's all he can do is create music, and, work out and learn. You know what I mean? You got much else to.
Most people wouldn't. Most people, this man is on the side singing in a jail phone.
Yeah.
like for a whole 20-track album.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's overtime.
It's probably overtime, but still.
Yeah. Because you got this collect call is from so and so prison.
Right.
Yeah. You got all that, and you gotta finish calling, call back, and yeah. No, but yeah, for sure. Tory Lane's always talented. You could tell he loved what he do. He's very great. I'm sure the album, I've heard a couple songs. I didn't love it immediately, but I'm gonna give it a true listen.
Yeah. I was skipping around a little bit because I honestly was looking for the I was looking for like the singing songs. I was looking for a shorter track list, not necessarily 20. Mm-hmm. But I wonder if he's gonna get out because like his DNA wasn't on the gun.
Probably not.
Yeah, he did say it was like it just doesn't make sense.
He's been saying a lot. And
it's documented though. It's documented. There were four people that was on the gun. There's 4 different types of DNA that was on the gun. It was 2 males and 2 women, and he wasn't any of them. Yeah,
I believe that he did it. I've always maintained my stance. Yeah. He had. If you want to go, that he had ample times. One, he had a plea agreement that he could have went for and only served maybe a little bit over a year, and he could have did that. He also, what doesn't help him is his attitude and his sporadic attitude, and he was leading up to court. He punched August Alsina.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like. And because this is when we had my old podcast, and because everybody maintained that he was innocent, but me, I always stood my stance. It's like, bruh, I was like, even before the trial, I was like, Tory Lanez, you won. You got a really good plea agreement. You should take this. Do not take your chances in court because you are going to lose. Mm-hmm. And everybody disagreed. Oh, the gun. It wasn't actually bullets in her leg or in her foot. They were saying all that stuff. And they've since backtracked a little bit, but they still maintain his innocence. But then he punched August Alsina. I was like, you're only continue to prove the court's point is because you have a 7-8 year sentence on the line, and then you go act aggressively sporadic out of no reason because a man did not shake your hand. And
I saw a couple of moments where he
and you already have your life on the line, bruh, and you go out and do that. I was like, you keep on showing time after time of why you acting aggressive. So if you acting out of character then, and with drinks involved, you can definitely act out of character later. You just proving the court's point, and that was silly.
Yeah, I don't remember the time frame of it, but
yeah, it was. We was on the podcast. We talked about it, so I remember it vividly. This was leading up to the court case.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he punched.
He was still sporadic.
Yeah, just because August Alsina did not shake his hand.
I saw the video.
Yeah. He's like, nah, you've been talking trash about me when he had the whole Jada Smith. He left. He walked away, came back, and punched him in the face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and got kicked off a tour.
Oh, I didn't know you got kicked off.
It was like an R&B comedian tour type thing. Yeah. No, we talked about it. I remember it vividly, and it's like you're not helping your case. Even though I thought he was guilty, I still didn't want to see him do jail time.
Yeah.
And there was just so much stuff that he did during that time that makes him like, bro, why are you apologizing to women if you didn't do anything wrong? Because I F y'all both. I was like, bro, come on now, stop.
I have no idea. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I do know there's got to be more to that story that is being said. Mm-hmm. But we can switch it real quick to something I did want to talk about. Mm-hmm. The hazing death in Southern University. Mm-hmm.
So we had a little bit more details on that.
So I do want to get his name, but
I can kind of describe while you're looking it up. Tell people what happened. So at Southern University, a guy was pledging, and a part of the hazing, they took the guys and punched him 4 times in the chest, and the young man collapsed. They took him to hospital, left, and he died.
Yeah.
So
and
they said that it was
Caleb Wilson.
Yes, and they claimed that it was a basketball game.
Yeah, they pulled up. They had to be panicking, freaking the fuck out.
Of course.
Yeah. They said that he was in a basketball game and he got hit in the chest, and then he had a seizure or something. And then they switched his clothes out. They were in all sweats or something. I guess while they were pledging wherever they were at. I think it was in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And they switched his clothes out and then got him to the hospital where he was already unresponsive.
Yeah.
So he was probably already gone.
Yeah.
And,
because it just reminded me of the young man. He played for the Buffalo Bills, who was who died and resuscitated. His name is passing. DeMar Hamilton. He was hit in the chest by T. Higgins of the Bengals, and then collapsed on the field and needed to be resuscitated. Yeah, and that just instance reminds me of that. And how if they didn't perform, chest compressions immediately, then he would have died. He technically died then because his heart stopped, but then they resuscitated him. That situation reminds me of a man getting hit in the chest, his heart stops, and they, of course, no medical evaluator was there to help. Yeah, no medical professional. So that is extremely sad.
That's crazy. And the dude who did it, he was 23.
And he was already graduated from the school.
Damn.
Yeah. It was like,
18,
what you doing?
19, 20, 22. Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, what you doing? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They're the big homies.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes. Why are we still hazing?
I mean, it's a part of the. Now I don't know too much about the culture, but I know enough of going to university of wherever I went. Just being around it. There are certain traditions that's with it. There's just certain traditions.
So you just gonna keep on doing weird shit to be a part of a fraternity?
I don't know why they do. I mean, some stuff I can understand in terms of building a brotherhood. There are certain ways that you can do that. There the I don't even know if it's traditional. Only people in fraternities and sororities, like, they would know that, but there is some type of tradition there, like when it comes to hazing. We've been talking about hazing forever. So probably before it was a time, it wasn't even called hazing. They just made up a word for it after they figured out they was doing this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's just unnecessary.
It's absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah, just saying, bruh, there's better way. There's a million other ways you can get to prove somebody's loyalty, and it doesn't have to be from hazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so many different versions of hazing. Yeah. I feel like we only say hazing when something really bad happens.
No, we say hazing when it's something dumb as hell, like you gotta cuff your friend's balls and sing a song together. Why I gotta do some weird shit to prove I'm loyal?
Yeah, I've heard a couple stories too.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. Well, shit. I mean, sometimes it feels like they're joining a gang for real.
Yeah, I just bruh, why can't it just be a community thing? Hey, we put in 3 hours a day. We're gonna work together within our community to help rebuild it. And why can't it be something like that to prove your loyalty?
I mean, I don't know. I do feel like, though, if I went through some,
and that could be hazing.
We're hazing today.
Yeah. I'm just saying, hey, we just, because my mom, I had no choice. So, I know now that I look back when I'm older, I was painting rails when I was a child of schools.
Yeah.
And I was just forced to do that. I was I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm painting rails.
Yeah.
I was told to do this. I was told to pick up trash. I was told to help renovate, schools. Yeah, I was just doing what I was told. I didn't like it. Yeah, I had to walk marathons for junior diabetes. You know what I mean? I didn't understand this, but I did it. But now they're like, bro, do something what makes sense. Give back in some type of degree.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just it got to the point of it being dangerous. Like, I do agree with going through something with a certain set of people and making it out, and it was something difficult, that you feel closer to those people. Like, it's a deeper bond. I do agree with that. I do feel also that it's gone too far to where niggas is dying.
I disagree, and the hazing makes a deeper bond, because I feel like I went through training with new hires. Us going through that month of training, it's a deeper bond than it is with other people that DSAs that work with us.
I mean, if you compare the shit to
that's all it is. You spending so much time together that it's going to be a deeper bond because you know them so well. That's why it's a deeper bond. That's why you go. That's why you can go to them. It's like, hey, we've been spending 3 hours together every day for a whole semester. That's a deeper bond naturally.
Yeah, it's gonna be a natural bond, but you don't think that if
you cuff a man's ball, or
I'm not going that far.
Put your thumb in his butt for 5.
It's going too far. I'm saying it's going too far. What I'm saying is, you don't believe that if you do something difficult with a person, not training to be on a computer, if you go through boot camp with 4 people and all y'all see each other on the other side, you're not gonna have a different feeling of the other side of that versus the other side of you completing your training?
No.
Cap.
I may not even like the people I'm with. Yeah. That don't mean I'm gonna like them and have a deeper bond.
Okay, let's say that you like them.
That I did boot camp with them.
I'm saying something difficult. Okay, all right.
If I did something difficult with them, nah, bro. I went to a boot camp workout before. I don't know. I can't even remember these niggas' names.
That's just
what you mean?
That's for 45 minutes, bro.
I'm just saying you deeper bond because you spend so much time with somebody that you get to know somebody.
No, I'm not saying like conquering something. Like I get what you're saying. I just feel like there is something else. There is, maybe the word isn't deeper, but there's a certain feeling I feel like that is different from just something that's kind of like easy to do with a group of people, a small group of people. Not saying cuffing niggas' balls, and singing Christmas carols.
So they got deeper bonds because they getting punched in the chest. I'm asking. That's what happened.
I said a million times, bro.
I'm asking.
It's gone too far. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm just saying something. Let's like go down a couple notches. A fucking. I don't have anything in mind right
Why can't you have a deeper bond doing a community activity? That's not easy. Yeah. Why can't you do that?
That's my coworker.
A community activity?
To me.
So give me a scenario that's deeper bond.
I tried to with the boot camp.
They're working out together?
Not just working out. Okay. You in now. This is extreme, but like, let's say you was in the military and you again, I'm going too far, so I'll say this, but I'm trying to get you to get the sense of what I'm saying. You in the military, you in Afghanistan, all right, whatever the fuck, and y'all survive because y'all went out there and the task was basically survival, and y'all had to help each other survive, and y'all made it through that shit. You're not gonna have a different bond from them than the people that you have in a training course on your computer.
Duh.
That's all I'm saying.
That is y'all's lives depend on each other. Yes. That is way different than them punching each other in the chest. I'm saying
just bring it down a couple notches.
Drink a bunch of alcohol till they get alcohol poisoning. You're relying on each other. You need that person.
Right.
In any other hate or any other fraternity, you do not need that other individual to make it. But so that's a completely different situation.
I said I went a little
That's
far.
A situation completely by itself. Yeah. There's no other thing that you could possibly compare that to. When you need somebody else to survive.
I can't think of nothing right now.
That's life or death.
Yes. I'm just saying something extremely difficult with a group of people and y'all make it out. I feel like there is, the word I'm using is deeper, but some type of a deeper bond than coworkers picking up trash. Like, I feel like at the end of both, one side is going to be a little bit more intact Now, I'm not saying get punched in the chest and almost die from alcohol poisoning.
Right.
I say let's make up some new stuff.
What I'm trying to say is there is time that's going to be spent to the next person beside you. Y'all of similar age. Y'all going through a goal together and trying to be a part of Omega Psi or whatever he was, and together, and y'all spending so much time together, and y'all of 6 among 1,000 group in that fraternity. You're going to have a deeper bond with that person naturally because that's who you've been spending so many time with. Versus the other people in that fraternity that you gonna just have a natural bond just because of time spent. Yeah, but it doesn't need to have anything to do with hazing. Hazing does not make the bond stronger. That's not even. I don't even think that's even what the purpose of hazing for. I think the purpose of hazing for is to actually show you how far you will go to be a part of the fraternity, and that's kind of what it seems. And that's a ridiculous idea. Mm-hmm. To me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've never heard nobody like, bruh, I'm a die for to be a Kappa. I'm gonna put that. Of course not. So it's like there's always going to be. I'm not going to go the first limit. I'm loyal. This is a fraternity I want to join because of whatever reason. I'm willing to put the time, the money involved to be a part of this fraternity, and this is going to be part of my legacy forever. And I'm going to treat it that way. Mm-hmm. So you don't need all this extra stuff. The hazing is what I'm saying is not necessary.
Yeah,
because I wanted to be an alpha because a lot of what Martin Luther King was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, so we can assume you didn't want to be anything.
No, I thought about it, but it was all the extra stuff involved. One, it was expensive. I didn't have the money to do that.
Yeah.
It's clear, but it's all the extra stuff involved to do that, and I just didn't. Yeah. So it was a short thought, but I thought about it.
I did too.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it, and then I went to MTSU where I met you, and then I saw all the alphas. Oh shit. Well, I don't want to put that out there, but they were just. It just wasn't the same vibe.
Yeah, but I mean, and that was your take on it. I respected a lot of the alphas there.
For real?
Yeah. But you went there. Later on than I did, so some of those guys probably graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but some of them looked out. Yeah.
Oh, bet.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. We're a little over time, which yeah. Okay. I'm cool with it. No, this was a good. Well, this is Two for the Culture. Lord willing, we'll be back for another episode.
Yep, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.